Alright, so I ain't running with a script here, but I got some ideas for Resident Evil. First and foremost, I was thinking that with Resident Evil 4, the chainsaw guy is a little too easy to deal with. Despite sneaking up on you in the middle of nowhere all the time, meandering about, chopping your head off, I was thinking they could do this to make him more threatening. They could make it so instead of being stunned whenever he takes a lot of damage, he staggers forward. And that might sound cheap, but he won't do as much damage, meaning that he won't insta-kill you. If he gets shot and he goes, "Arr!" and moves forward, goes to chop your head off, he would instead miss and, cut your arm or something. It wouldn't chop your arm off, of course. It would just do a lot of damage. Man, it's cold in here. Another thing about him they could certainly do, since he's a big old man with a chainsaw, he could be laying somewhere. You could have that chainsaw on, and if you're stupid enough to run right next to the dude with a chainsaw laying idly on the floor, he'll insta-kill you and chop your ankles off and then behead you with a chainsaw. I think that'd do a lot. It'd really make you panic whenever a chainsaw dude was nearby. That's something about Resident Evil 4 that's stupid. You can just shoot the chainsaw guy in the face, knock him over, and then stab him like 15 times. Or you can just run up to him, knife him in the face, and then kick him over. That's stupid. I mean, Leon's skilled and all, but the dude's got a chainsaw. And he can get shot in the face. There's nothing you can do about it. It's screwed. The thing, I was thinking the Resident Evil 4 remake with how the aiming works in that. They could still have the laser pointer, that'd be cool. But how cool would it be if you get that sweet little target reticle thing that you got in the Resident Evil 2 remake, and you just line up a shot, bam, hit him right in the face, and it pretty much guarantees a head explosion because the ganados, would be weaker in that one. But here's the cool thing. I was thinking since it's going to be a remake and it's going to be more horror-oriented, I imagine, based on the success of 2, you shoot a dude in the hand, boom, hand will come up, he'll hold it for a second, blood will be shooting out, I imagine, and then, whew, parasite shoots out. It'd make for a lot more variety. It'd be like the Javos in 6. Yeah, it'd be screwed up because, yeah, sure, you could shoot the weapon out of their hand, but if you do that, and then they'll get a stronger one after a second of, being bolstered by the virus. You could even shoot off both of their hands, and they'd be very close to death, but if they managed to hit you in that little bit, then you'd just basically be screwed. I also really like the idea that if you shoot them in the leg or something, like say you shoot them with a shotgun at close range, it'll send them flying backwards, and then they'll grow like a prosthetic, Las Plagas, little peg leg out, and then they'll move slower, but maybe they'll be able to attack you with it somehow, sort of like how the noodle leg flips around. I mean, you gotta take into account how annoying some of these ideas would be, so, Capcom would no doubt put in some, playtesting magic to get rid of that crap. What else? Maybe not have as many throwing enemies in this one. I don't know. If it's going to be more horror-oriented, it's kind of funny thinking about Leon perfectly. You may have seen in some of my videos, looking around, seeing dynamite flying through the air, and then just shooting it in midair. I mean, it's insanely, ridiculously good. The laser scene shows that pretty good. But, I don't know, every single time, if you have a shotgun, you will hit the dynamite, which I kind of like, but it's just goofy thinking about it. Maybe dynamite shouldn't even be in it. I don't know, that might be changing it a bit too much. Dynamite should stay. It's too fun shooting them in the hand and having them blow up. But they should definitely reduce the amount of enemies with the throwing weapons, or maybe just make them more prone to missing. Unless you're unprofessional. I think adaptive difficulty is going to be sweet in that one. It could make it so that more parasites shoot out of their bodies, take more damage in general, do more damage depending on how good you're doing. I really want to see the merchant in the remake too. They could have classic mode. where it's just like the original, the merchant shows up and everything, or they could have it more like Resident Evil 2, where you just come across every weapon you find. I mean, even in the base game, you can come across a rocket launcher. You start off with the handgun, you get the shotgun, you get the broken butterfly. It's pretty good. I mean, you don't even need to buy any weapons, really. I think it'd work. You could even have, one of my ideas would be that the people that went in with Leon, they wouldn't be total doofuses this time because the life of the president's daughter is at stake. They'd come in with weapons, and then the villagers would scatter their corpses around, and then, well, whatever they had on them, Leon would be able to take for himself. It'd be pretty nice. You'd also have some ammo on him. Maybe they could put it in story-wise that the ganados were like, "Ooh, what's this crap? Oh, maybe Sadler wants to get this stuff. Oh, they trust the tea, imbecile." And then that's explaining why they have all the ammo on them all the time. That'd be cool. What else? There's cheap spider enemies. You can shoot in the head with a hand cannon, and then they'll fall over, and then they'll just pop out again. I propose that they always take the same amount of damage. Maybe they have a little more health to make up for you shooting them while they're in the body. But they could switch it up by having them pop out of the chest if they take too much damage, or if you get a headshot, this would make it take longer. If you get a headshot and trigger the infection spawning, then the body will just fall over, and then the spider will crawl out of the body, out of the neck, like something on a movie. I can't think of it. I'm not thinking of Alien. Don't matter. What else? Regenerators are going to be wonderful. I really hope they remake Resident Evil 3 first, but I think they got to remake 4. I mean, they've remastered it a million times, and people love that game. I'm obsessed with Resident Evil 4. I freaking love Resident Evil 4. I could play that thing. I played it yesterday, I beat it, and then I started it again because I wanted to play it on professional. Somehow I'm doing better on professional than normal. Maybe it's just playtime practice or something, I don't know. But it has such good replay value. There's so much to it. It's huge. Maybe a little bit too long, I don't know. I think I hit a wall. Alright, I'm done.